been a while, hasn't it? It's the beginning of March now. I've been out a couple of times. There was no success really. One of them was when a big storm was on. Couldn't even vlog. There was so much wind and rain and that it was just impossible. No matter how I've tried, I did have a go, but it just all it was wind noise all the time. But we're at the beginning of March now. February I didn't go out really because February's all birthdays for me, so it was like, you know, out on weekends doing this and that and all that, you know, she must be played like wants to had meals and all that sort of stuff. It was boy's birthday, granddaughter's birthday and all that, so yeah, that was a bit busy. And the weather ain't been the greatest, has it? But yeah, I'm out today. Going to be a fine weekend. The boys are telling me there's hardly anything been out of here, but you know, a bit of sunshine might liven them up, might it help out? We'll have to see. It's busy. Two reasons, I reckon. One, because it's like the banks are dried out here now, so you ain't got the mud and that. And two, it's the first weekend that we've had sort of a decent weekend really, and we're into spring now, the official spring. And the other thing is, at the end of this month, the club shuts down for a month. All their water shut for a month, just to give the banks time to recover, etc. You know, so obviously people are getting out, taking advantage of the good weather and that. So I got over here early. I was lucky to get a swim really, but anyway. We'll have to see how it goes. I've put a bit of spot out, not heavy. I've put eight bombs out, a mix, and all the mixes really is just corn, crushed boilie, chopped boilie, whole boilie, some 4mm low oil CARP pellet, bit of oil, and see how we get on really. That's all we can do, isn't it? You know. There's nothing showing them. There actually has been one fish, wasn't there? I see it with the lad Scott, who's just, I don't know, he's about 50-60 yards down the bank from me. He's been coming over regularly and he says the first fish he's seen showed this year, so I was lucky I seen it, you know, but other than that there ain't been nothing showing. It did show right in front of him. So just see how it goes really, innit? I've got my 2 rods on the spot out there. I'm only 9 rod lengths out in about 16 foot water. It is deep out here. There's not really, there's only 2 shallows you can fish, and that's the corner up that end to my left and the corner over there to my right. But the bailiff Norman, he's been here since Wednesday and he was fishing at the corner up there, and he always fishes there. And he normally does well, but he's had nothing. So he's moved into where I normally like to fish. So, you know, so maybe they're not in them. So when I say shallow, they're like 12 foot there. So it's, you know, see how we go. This corner I'm in the other corner. Is it like a triangular shape? This corner I'm in is, there's a bit of weed out there, but I found sort of a bit of a spot, probably where the weeds died up, because it's not like Canadian or nothing like that. It's just like you get that silkweed, you know. I found a bit of a spot in it anyway, 9 rod lengths, no 10 rod lengths out, sorry, but it's by the time it drops it's actually about 9.5 rod lengths out. Something you get the drop like once you get the clip. So just have to see how we go. What I've done, I've put 2 pop-ups on. I've got one popped up on a corder, ready tied shod, the long one. That's just on the end. I'll show you later, but I've just basically got that on the end of a piece of camo braid, and just coated braid, and just let it slow sink. So, and I've tried it out in margins and that, and it does it when it falls down. As soon as it hits a piece of weed or anything, it just sits on top of it. And then the other one I've got a pop-up, white pop-up. I've got that tipped off with a yellow piece of coal. And the first pop-up, the one on the top end, I've I've got that topped off with a pink piece of film. The other rod is a white pop-up again trimmed down, got a yellow piece of film on the top, and again it's very slow sinking. What I've done with this one, I've just peeled a bit of coating off the hook link, about 20mm from the hook, and so that one's popped up about 25mm. And again, it's slow sinking, so when it hits, if it hits a bit of weed on it, it just sits on top of it. So I'll put my spud mix out over the top and we'll see what happens, you know. I mean, obviously, if something else will try tomorrow, but for the night now, I've just got the rods bedded down for the night, and hopefully we're going to get a lot in. I don't know, who knows. But it's like just filling up here and filling up. There's more and more people turning up. I think virtually now, I think there's one swim left now. No, two, sorry, there's two. There's one to my right and there's one over here. Yeah, the swim I made is the furthest point from the car park, is why no one's over it. And then I thought to myself, well, you know, people don't come and fish this very much because they don't like walking over and pushing all the gear off this. So I thought to myself, well, it's worth having a go, isn't it? Fish might just be around in this corner, you never know. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to carry on sorting myself out and going to give you a copy. We're out fishing, that's the main thing. All the proper equipment's up, like the landing net and the cradle and the sling and all that, so that's already in place, just in case we do manage to walk up while we're setting up here. But yeah, carry on, and I'll see you later on. Morning. Well, not a lot happened during the night really. I had a couple of liners. It's been a bit strange. I had on one rod, and about an hour later on the other rod, same sort of thing, about 4 or 5 bleeps quick. But I keep getting these beep, beep, beep on the right hand rod. Thinking, I don't know. Anyway, I sort of had a look. Nothing, there's no movement, so I thought, is it a wind or whatever, you know? So I went and checked the sensitivity on that alarm. No, both alarms were the same sensitivity, so I thought it can't be that then. Anyway, I woke up this morning and there's like about, I'm getting this big one beat every sort of minute and a half. So I thought to myself, I bet there's a snotty there hooked itself up. I've had it before with them. Anyway, goes out there, pulls the rods in, nothing. Nothing there at all. All there was a bit of silkweed round the leg. Well, I expected that anyway, because as soon as you drag it across the bottom, although I've got a little clear spot there, as soon as you drag it across the bottom, that's it. You put it a bit in. So, yeah, I don't know what caused that, but bit of excitement anyway, because there's nothing else happened. I've got an idea. Mark over the other side there, he might have had one late in the evening, sort of 8-9 o'clock time. I see there's 3 of them, they're all bailiffs, there's 3 of them over there, they're all bailiffs, and they was all in Mark's swim, and Mark was down, I just see him like washing his hands off in the water, so I'm assuming that he had a fish. I don't know, I'll find out later today. But other than that, I don't have anything else happening during the night. Certainly nothing happened for me apart from what I told you about anyway. But yeah, got a bit of sunshine this morning though, so hopefully it's going to warm up a bit. They're saying it is on the weather and that, but they're saying it's going to be windy and all. Now, it was supposed to have been windy during the night, but we never had the wind during the night. There's a tiny breeze this morning, but nothing to speak of really. But if it warms up, I'll try and put the zig on right, you know, see if anything happens with that. Because something's going surely, but I mean the place now is full up by one swim, which is the swim to my right. Other than that, in fact, it is really full up because over on the other bank there is 2 fellas in one swim. There's not a double, so really they shouldn't be in there. But there you go. They've obviously turned up on the fish together, right? So that's what they're doing. But no one minds. I mean, we all know each other. There's only one fella I don't know. I know his face, I don't know his name. So no one's going to, moan about it really. But yeah, so the place is banged out. Just have to wait and see what happens. I mean, it's gone from, Norman's been here in the week, and it's nobody here. It's gone from nobody here to banged out. So just overnight on Friday, basically. So yeah, we weren't fishing anyway, so we'll see what happens. But I've changed the baits this morning. I had two baits, as I told you, tipped off with corn. But what I've got on there, I've got 3 pieces of corn on one in a stack, 2 yellow topped off with a white one. And on the other rod, all I've got is a 15mm pineapple pop-up on its own. Just trying that yellow pineapple pop-up. See if anything happens there, you know. I think it's going to be like keep changing around different little bits and pieces. Not massive, but just see if something will attract them, you know. Gets them to catches their eye, as it were. There's obviously fish about beside those liners, and they must be moving about. Else they wouldn't have got the liners. So hopefully, because I'm not backlegged over in this one. I've got flying backlegs on, but I haven't got backlegs because they just go straight into the silvery light, you know. So it's no good. So the lines are slack. But obviously, like, they're not slack where they're on the bottom on the way out. That's slack, but they are well slack and off, and there won't be no line sticking out where the is, that's for sure. I mean, the back lead drops about 4 foot back from the lead anyway, and then you'll have like a big droop of line drooping down. So I put plenty of slack out. So and it's not pulling the bobbins up, so it's probably as slack as it can be without actually laying it right along the bottom line. So they're on the move, but are they going to feed? To find out. Anyway, I'll drink my coffee now, and I'll see you later on. Well, nothing's happened yet. There has been one out, so that's a good sign. Laid down bottom end to my left. He's gone home now. He'd only done the one night. He had a 28.5 gnome fish. Got a big lump on his side. Hence his name, Lumpy. It's a mirror. That was down the bottom corner in the weed. Well, I'm fishing up in the next corner in the weed, so hopefully I might have changed, you never know. What I've done now, I've put one of the rods is over on the zig. Basically, all I've used is just a piece of lash zig line with a loop on one end and an anti-tangle sleeve. And this is just the one, I've just took this one off. This is a 3-foot one. Then on the other end, I've just got the Fox zigger liner with the yellow zigger liner with a piece of black Fox foam in it. Just took this one off. I've had this on for about 3 hours now. I've just put out, this was a 3-foot, I've just put a 6-foot out in about, what I've done, casting up the margin to my right. It's about 12-foot water in that margin. So I've put a 6-foot one up there. So we're half depth basically, and what I've done is that's a yellow one, black zigger line, and I've soaked it in the Nash Monster Squid Arouser. See if that helps. You know, you never know. You might leave a little trail of flavour, might it? As you can probably see from behind me, the car's going past that one they call the road bank. This bank is. It's not too bad a bit of wind about, but this corner is quite sheltered. And the sun's in the water. That's why I've cast that one up that much. Hopefully, getting a bit of warm water there. Who knows? But I've just been talking to a fellow who's just come round. He's been having a look round like a new member. So he's just been going around the lakes as it's a nice day, having a wander, see where the land lies, etc. And he was saying to me, "God, I've just been over at the bank, it's freezing over there." So hopefully the water this side is a little bit warmer near the surface, you know, and maybe it might just tempt them, who knows. Still not much fish activity, that's for sure. We've seen a couple showing now, so at least they are on the move, which is a good sign, because apparently, I mean, I ain't been here for a while, as you know, as I told you earlier. Lad up next to me, Scott, he said that, like, there's been no shows here for so hopefully they are beginning to get on the move. Still got the other one on the bottom. Didn't want to kill my options, basically. Just trying the two methods out. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to take the other one, change the bait over on there. It's on a pineapple at the moment, just a 15mm pineapple, yellow pineapple pop-up. I'm going to put another pop-up on it. I'm not sure what flavour yet, but what I am going to do, I'm going to tip it off with a piece of neon corn. See if that makes any difference. It might just grab the fish's attention that's around somewhere, you never know. Get it to investigate. Maybe get this one, I don't know. But, whatever. Keep trying different stuff, innit? I'll show you where I'm fishing. It's not far out. 9. I'm casting off the top of the bank actually. I'm basically 9. It's actually the cast is 10 where I'm casting from the actual edge of where the water is down below. It's between 9 but who knows? I don't think they're out in the middle. It's right there. It's about 26 feet. Might even be about 28 now actually, because it's been so I don't think they'll be out there. And I'm just hoping that they're going to be around these weedy corners, you know, but they get a bit of warmth from the weed. And it is a little bit shallower in the margins around this bit. Not much, but it's a bit shallower. Hopefully we can winkle one out, who knows, but I'll show you where I'm fishing anyway, and you'll see. Right, well, my left-hand rod is about there, and my right-hand rod is just down the margin to the right there, down behind that tree. It'll be somewhere round about there, but it's behind the other side of that tree. And it's about 15 foot from the bank, so hopefully, you never know your luck, we might get something out down there, but we'll just have to see. But that bank you can see the other side there, that is windy and cold as hell over there, so hopefully I'm on the right side. So the birds seem to be staying over this side and all, which I would have thought they're probably staying over here for a bit of warmth. Who knows? And I mean, there's definitely food over this side because they keep going down in this silkweed around this edge here and bringing it up, so there must be something there that they're getting. We'll see. Well, you can probably hear the breeze is getting up again a bit now, so I'll show you the rigs in a minute and what I've been using on the bottom baits and see how that's working. Right, well, there's the rig. You've seen me use this rig before. It's that's a long calder pre-tied choddy. Piece of putty there to critically balance the bait so it sinks nice and slow. Bit of chameleon hook length which blends in nicely with this silkweed. Nash diffused and anti-tangle sleeve. Figure 8 loop on the end. And the bait is, you can't see it on this properly, but it's an orange monster squid whittled down and tipped off with a piece of ultraviolet floating corn green, so it glow in the dark. But obviously I can't show you that because as soon as I try and make it dark the camera light comes on, so yeah, I can't show you it glowing unfortunately, but that's what I'm going to try now, just to see. I've put some spod out, which is, as I told you, a bit of crash boilie, bit of boilie, some corn, bit of hemp oil, and some low oil carp pellet, 4 mil. So just have to see what happens, see if this can induce a bite or not, because at the moment nothing else is inducing a bite. So I'm just going to clip up and I'll show you the other rig I was using in a sec that I took off of the rod that's got the zig on. So anything to try and get a bite really. No one's getting one, so you never know. Something a little bit different might do it, mightn't it? We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to get this out and hope for the best. This is the rig that was on the one that's got the zigs on now. Basically, piece of calder end trap, Nash diffusion anti-tangle sleeve, just a little calder sinker there, another little calder sinker there, and a little shot. And what I've done, just peeled that back there to make it, give it like an inch, and there we go. That's a size 8 crank with 3 pieces of coal on the top, just like that, and obviously that just stands up just like that on the bottom. And yeah, ain't done anything, but you know, you just got to keep trying, ain't you? But that's what I was using anyway, and that's got a zig on it now. Whether I'll put this back on later on for the night or not, I'm not sure yet. I'll just have to have a little think about that one and see what we're going to do really. You know, it's just a matter of keeping trying, changing it, and hopefully something just triggers one of them off to bite, because that's all we're trying to do is just nick a bite, because obviously the way it's going you ain't gonna have no big hits or nothing, so anything that nicks a bite is good. Anyway, I'll see you in a bit. Well, no bites yet. I've got to say, it's a beautiful afternoon though, lovely and sunny. Breeze is a little bit cold, but I mean, like, it's been a while since we've been able to sit out like this, isn't it, you know, so yeah, I'm happy with that. Nice to sit out on the bank, be back out on the bank again, and I've decided at the moment probably the best course of action is to have a tin of my medicine. But Scottish has been along from up the way there, and tell you how hard this has been fishing. He was just saying that he fishes all the time. I mean, he fishes it a lot more than I do. He done, he said 168 nights last summer, and he ain't had a fish out of here since November. And I was here when he caught that last fish. He had a 34.5 mirror, lovely fish, and he ain't had a fish since then. And on that weekend, funnily enough, he'd been here since the Thursday morning, and he caught that on the Saturday night, and he went home on the Monday night, and that was the only fish he had. So he's been putting in the time, and he's back doing it again. I mean, he's been back here all winter, and he's had nothing. So that's how hard it's been fishing. Very, very few coming out. So you know, all we can do is at the moment is enjoy the sunshine and hope we do nick a bite. Just spin you round, you keep an eye on the rods for me. So, even though I ain't catching, you know, I mean, it's still just so nice to be out, really. Better than being indoors, isn't it? And you've got to be in it to win it, as they say. So, yeah, you can keep an eye on the rods there for me. And, we'll just have to hope we're going to be lucky. But it's the same for everyone here. I mean, no one's catching, nothing's happening. And it is full up, as you can probably see, the bivvies on the other bank now. But if we're not here, we won't catch one. So I don't know if I'm going to come here again next week or not. I'm not sure at the moment. Depend on the weather. Shoe must be a bait's not very well at the moment either, so I might have to say to her I don't know. But joining another club next month as well. They've got a lake. It's got some foldies in it. It's got some lovely swims and all there. All barked out and that, so and they're nice big swims too, and it's not far from where I live, so hopefully I'll be joining that and cracking on there. And as it happens, we can't fish here at the end, after the end of this month, and for the whole of April this is closed. Well, the new membership starts on the other club at 1st of April, so I'll be getting my membership in there and probably having a go on their waters in April, and see if we can have a bit better luck than we're having at the moment here. Be nice somewhere else to try as well, you know, just gives you, I mean, a few options, doesn't it? That's what I like to have, some options, because like I was lucky I got here early on Friday, but had I got here like a couple of hours later than I did, then there would have been nowhere to fish basically. So it would have meant that I've had to go somewhere else, and there is a lake on my way home from another club I belong to. So, and like, alright, 3 clubs, I know it gives you quite a lot of waters, and but the thing is the memberships. So, the memberships are so cheap that they're worth keeping going, you know. If you only go twice a year, you've got your money back. I mean, this club here is like 68 quid. No, 64 quid this one. 64. The other one I belong to is 68. Then the new one I'm going to join, that's 174 this year. Then it drops to 154 next year. It's got 20 quid membership fee. So at that money, you just might as well keep on going. I mean, we went day ticket fishing over Christmas, and that cost us 65 quid for 3 nights. So we didn't even get 3 nights because we had to pack up. That was my last vlog. Just a lake throws, but it was 65 quid for 3 nights. Well, you get the whole year's fishing here for that, so it's worth having. And that's why I just keep these tickets going, you know, although maybe the other club, whether there's a lake on the way home, I don't fish that very often, but for the money it costs, if I just fancy, it's 10 minutes, the nearest lake is 10 minutes from my house, so if I just fancy getting up one morning, oh yeah, I'll go and have 3 or 4 hours. There you go, off I can go. So that's all worth it. But, and of course it gets you out on the bank as well, doesn't it? You know, it's lovely weather. Can't believe how sheltered this corner is today. Got a little bit of sort of bushes behind me. They're not evergreens, but they're quite thick, and I'm getting hardly any breeze here at all. Everyone who's come round actually has said how calm and nice it is on this corner here, whereas the other bank is like it's pretty chilly over there. And to my left where Scotty's, it's alright if you're in the bivvy, but as soon as you come out of the bivvy, it's a bit chilly. We were standing there chatting earlier on, and it is a little chilly. I struck lucky here on this corner. It's just the furthest point to walk from the car park, that's all. Never mind. So it's doing me a favour this weekend, and there's no mud here, which is lovely. The old flying rats there out in front of us, they're a pain here. As soon as you pick up a throwing stick or a pole or anything, they're on the case, you know. What I bought this thing at the Brentwood CARP show, and it's basically a boilie gun. They claim it fires 90 metres. Well, I can't seem to get it to go 90 metres, but the good thing about it is because you can, like, it works on an elastic like a pole really. It's almost like a fancy catapult, only fires one boilie at a time. But when you set it up, it's got a marker where you pull your elastics back to. You can like set where you pull them to get your range, and the thing is, they go to that range every single time. As long as you hold it at the right angle, which is pretty easy, like just to get your angle, mark your angle off and hold it there, and then you can bait up when it's dark, because it fires them and they land in the same spot every time, and I've tested it, and as long as you keep the 2 settings right, it will just keep firing them in the same place. So what I do, if I want to put boilie, I've been using a spud at the moment, so, or a spom. But if I'm just fishing with boilie where I'm not putting any bits out, then I've got that set. You can just get it right, and then you can get a nice spread of boilie, and the old flying rats don't get them, because they don't go up in the dark, do they? And the other thing is, of course, you can frighten them with the laser pen in the dark. As soon as it gets like the light drops, you get the laser pen out, put that near and there go. So that was a good thing about it. It's just that it don't do the range that they claim. Well, I can't get it to do the range anyway that they say it can do. I reckon I'm getting about 60 or 70 metres from it. But on a place like this, that's good enough, you know. I'm booked up to go out to France on the end of September, beginning of October, and it's not going to be any good out there because I don't think it's going to cast fast and far. It's not going to go far enough on the lake to go to. You need a bit of range out there, so but it's not a problem out there. Anyway, you can't use bait boats on the lake, but that's fine. But they do supply a rowing boat that lets you bait up, so all you've got to do is you cast your marker out, and then you can go out in the boat and bait up. But you mustn't tow no rigs out or nothing, which is fair enough. So basically, you can't fish out further than you can cast. That's alright, it's fair enough, isn't it? At least you can get your bait out there and you can get it out accurately, so that's not a problem. So I'm looking forward to that. We're going on holiday about 5 weeks prior to that as well, so. But at the moment, I'm looking forward to getting a bite. Would be nice to have a fish. I mean, I ain't had a fish since before Christmas. The beginning of December, I think it was the last one I had. Or the last two, it was those two, wasn't it? The 3112 and the 22.6, was it? Something like that. They was both out again. But, since then, I've had nothing. Mind you, I've only been 3 times, I think this is the 3rd time. I think this is the 3rd time, so I lost a month with birthdays and that. So every weekend for someone's birthday last month. Not only did it consume all the time, it cost a fortune too, but there you go. There's a few lads back here I ain't seen over here since the beginning of last summer. So whether the lake, they normally go to another lake that's probably about 15 mile away from here. So whether that's like not fishing very well or what, I don't know. Or it might be that where all the rain's been, it does that one access to it becomes impossible. You go out on like a farm track and ever so muddy out there, and to the point where even the 4x4s can't get past it, you know. So, and I know last year a couple of the lads in vans got stuck in there, and I had to pay the farmer to come and pull them out of the tractor. So that might be well why they're not there. And also that lake as well, halfway round it, there's like hills, a funny sort of a hill, there's like a big notch cut out of it, and that gets covered in mud as well. That gets mud about 2 foot deep there, and you just can't get past it, you know, with a barrow or nothing. I did actually do a blog there earlier on in the year, earlier on last year, and I wouldn't go back there. I wasn't happy with the condition of the fish there. I've never seen fish like it really. So I won't go back, it's just bad fishing like this. Pulling mounds at the top, it's just not fun at all. I'd rather fish somewhere like this, you know, that lake you do catch, but I'd rather fish somewhere like this where it's more difficult to catch. The fish are bigger, they're nice quality fish in here, they're not damaged, and all the lads around here that fish here all care about it, you know, so it's a good place to come. Alright, it's not pretty, it's just an hole in the ground. It's nice and sociable, everyone's nice, and the fish are nice, and when you do get them, it's a challenge anyway, isn't it? I mean, you go in and catch loads of the fish every week, it starts to get a bit boring, doesn't it? So it's better to have a bit of a challenge. Also sometimes they do make it a bit too challenging, these fish, but there you go, never mind that. Anyway, I'm going to finish my book and probably have a tidy up, do the washing up, etc. and get prepared for this evening. Well, as you can see, the light's going now. Still nothing's happened, nothing's come out, just that one last night. It's incredible, isn't it? Talked to a mate earlier on the phone. He should be fishing now. He's got to go to another lake I go tonight. He's just doing a quick overnighter. He's got to go work again tomorrow. But yeah. That's been dead over there as well. Yeah, he was telling me he's like talking to a couple of other people, different places, and there's other lakes fishing their head off, you know. What do you do? I mean, he was telling me a fella at one lake had 14 fish, including the biggest fish in the lake, which was a 44 or something. So, you know, what can you do? I mean, we're not even getting a show now, nothing. The wind's dropped. just a little breeze, but there's nothing. This corner has been like real nice and quiet, you know. I thought I might have done something on the zig, but just not to be. But I'm going to leave the zig out all night anyway. You never know, do you? You might just get a touch on it. I was on the bottom with both rods last night, never got nothing. So I did have those couple of liners, but other than that, nothing. So I'm going to leave one on the bottom and one on the zig, see what happens. And hopefully I'm going to see you during the night with a bite. Anyway, I'll probably check in later on before I go off to bed, but I thought I'd just give you an update at the moment. And a quick look at the lake as it were, as the sun was disappearing. But yeah, I'm going to go cook some grub now and settle myself down and hopefully wait for a bite. Can you do? Never mind. Anyway, see you later on. Well, what can I say? Time's getting on now. It's nearly time to turn in. I mean, it's getting on towards midnight. And nothing. Not a beep. Not a fish has crashed. Nothing. Absolutely deadly. What do you do? I don't know. Just been talking to one of the other lads. Same. Nothing. Not a beep. Nothing at all. Not seen nothing, not heard nothing. Who knows? All we can hope is that something's going to happen during the night at some point. But the way it is, I don't know whether like where it's been quiet and there's just down too much pressure on it here. I don't know. But certainly, it's not happening. That's for sure. And you know, I really thought this weekend, like the way the weather was good and that, I thought myself, yeah, could be in for a bite. I really fancied it for a bite last night. I thought, you know, we was going to have one last night, but just not to be, you know. And as I got here early as well yesterday, I thought myself, oh well, like, plenty of time to set up, find a good spot and what have you, but I don't know. All we can do is wait and see if anything does happen during the night, but we're all in the same boat, aren't we? So, you know, it's just a matter of are these fish going to wake up or are they not? So, whether it's because it's so deep here or what, I don't know. And obviously the water stays colder for longer, maybe that's what it is. I don't know, because they did sort of stay on the feed till quite late, so it would work the other way, wouldn't it, where the water stayed warmer for longer. But it's got to be something. I would imagine, you know, it's 26 foot deep here, so it's going to take a fair bit to sort of warm that up. Right? I've got to say the actual ground is nowhere near as cold as it has been, because the last time I was here you could feel the cold. It was cold underfoot, like in the bivvy, and now I mean you can stand on the floor. The floor is still coldish, but it's not cold like it was before, you know. When I stand I've got, like, I ain't got no shoes on now, just my socks, and I'm standing on the floor. I've got my feet on the floor and they're not freezing, but before your feet were freezing if you did that. So the ground is not as cold, but of course how that translates in the water and how long it takes to warm a mass of water like that up, probably quite some time. So maybe that's the, you know, the cause of it, where it's taking longer to warm up a bit more than a couple of degrees. Well, morning. What can I say? Dead as a doornail all night. It's about 9:15 now. I've been up since about 6, and I had one beep about 7:15 on the zig, and that's it from all night. I don't know what the hell's going on. It's just deadly here. Whether it is, you know, where it's so deep, it's just taken a long time to warm up. Just a degree or two. That water is pretty cold when you touch it, and the problem here is the margins are not shallow. They're very deep and all, so it's a big body of water. I don't know what to do. I've tried everything, tried all different depths on the zigs, different flavours, presentations on the bottom baits, nothing. Tried putting some grub in, not putting any in, you know, moving the spots, but just ain't happening. But it ain't only me, it ain't happening for anyone, so there's been that one fish out, and I mean that's Norman's been here since Wednesday morning, and that fish came out Friday night, fella down the other end in the other corner. Other than that, nothing, not a sausage, no one's had a bite, nothing. Didn't even get any liners last night. So yeah, I don't know. What can you do? Tried everything, they're just not having it, and that's it. So it is sometimes, isn't it, you know? I'm pretty, that water is cold, I'm pretty sure it is that. It's just slowing their metabolism down, and they were feeding too late last year. It's like the end of November, beginning of December, and they were still having it. So, yeah, that's all I can think it is. But never mind, we've been trying, haven't we? Had a good weekend out here on the bank, you know, nice to get out again. It's been sunny, so the weather's been pleasant and all that. It's just the fishing ain't happening, but what can you do? A lot of people as well, you know, they come here, it's pretty hard water. I mean, it's not rock hard, but it is fairly hard. There's only like 6 of us left now. You get a lot of people come here, and they'll come here once or twice and blank, and that's it, they don't come back no more. The 3 lads that have gone home, they must have gone early this morning. They, I've seen once last year, and from all the times I've been in, I'm here quite regularly. It's the first time I've seen them since the beginning of last summer, and they've gone again, so whether they'll be back again I don't know. They go to a lake that's quite a bit more prolific, but I don't fish there personally. A lot of the fish have got no faces, I don't like that sort of stuff, so I don't go there, but each to their own, innit, you know. I've been putting a few bits away now, like slowly packing up, get myself sorted out, get packed up, and probably going to leave about 1 o'clock, and hopefully I'd like to see you with a fish before then, but you never know. I'll see you before I go anyway, and let me know if anything's happened. I'm going to have a word with the others in a minute as well, see if anything's happened, but I'm pretty sure it hasn't, because I'd have heard it, but there you go, never mind. Anyway, I'll see you later when I'm going to get on with me. Right, well, that's it, all the gear packed away. Fruitless session, I'm afraid. Still, it's been a nice spring weekend out in the sunshine, so I can't complain at that. Would have been nice to have had a fish out, but there you go. Can't win them all, can you? I ain't had a fish this year, so one would have been nice, but never mind. That's how it goes, isn't it? But at least I was here. I did learn something actually just when I brought that zig in. As I dragged it in, because I put that one up along the margin. As I dragged it in, I found there's another little clear patch along there. So that's one for future reference. It's a bit tricky to cast to because there's that tree you can see behind me is actually hanging over the water there in the way, but you can get to it, it'll just be a little bit tricky, that's all. But yeah, that's one to remember, isn't it? Obviously now that's in the middle of that weed, so I'm assuming and hoping that is a spot where they feed. There's some reeds to the right of that. If you cast onto that spot to the right of it, there's a reed bed. So hopefully in the future we'll have a little look at that one and maybe drop a rod down there and a bit of bait and see if we can bait it up as a spot and see what happens. You never know, you know. Anyway, I've got a long plod back to the car park now with all this gear. But thank you very much for watching. If you like it, please subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you again. Thanks a lot. See ya.